I am pretty much convinced that this is the best girl boss movie Hollywood has ever made. How's it going, fellas and files? This is Dominic from Film Overload, a channel where we talk about movies, pop culture, and everything in between. And once again, I have another Disney retro review, and maybe the last one in a while, but the last one is very, very special as well, as I will be revisiting and reviewing the 1998 classic Mulan. Once again, I have not seen this movie in quite some time, so it was really fun revisiting this movie, and I completely forgot just how great this movie actually is. The story of a Chinese girl named Mulan as she disguises herself as a man to fight in the Chinese army in the place of her sickly father. And I know that Disney put their own spin on the folktale that the film is based off of, and I know that the live action remake from 2020 focuses a lot more on the folktale rather than the musical side of things. But what Disney does here with this animated film is something truly special, and again, it perfectly caps off a fantastic decade for the company as a whole. And once again, I have to preface the writing in this movie. The writing is just great. And again, that just goes for almost every single one of these 90s Disney movies back in the day. They just really knew how to immerse you in a story, in characters, in the world. And Mulan is no different. This movie was written so well, and I just love the way it just captivates you instantly. And I wish Disney nowadays would bring back writers like this to really tell these stories once again, because Disney nowadays, they really do not know how to hire people who can actually write good stories. And the 90s Renaissance and Mulan are perfect examples of that. I personally think that Mulan is the best girl boss character that Hollywood has ever come up with. Mulan in this movie is just absolutely fantastic. I really do love the way Disney wrote her, and I really do like the fact that you get to really know her before her abilities and her gifts are unveiled to you. In today's Hollywood, they really try and cram it down your throat that this woman is a very, very capable individual right away without really letting you get to breathe with the character and get to know her. And that's what I really appreciate about Mulan in this movie. She is a girl boss, but she's a girl boss in a way where it doesn't feel forced and it doesn't feel shoved down your throat the entire time. And Mulan in this movie is just a great character. I love her interactions with all the other characters in this movie, and her arc in this movie as well is just great. And once again, that is just great writing, and again, that Disney magic from the 90s. And once again, besides the main character, Disney puts around the character a great group of supporting characters as well for the audience to enjoy. There is obviously Shang, there is Chifu, there is Yao, there is Ling, there's Qian Po, there's Hazu, there's Ha Li, there's Grandmother Fa. There's just so many great supporting characters in this movie. And I really enjoy their interactions with Mulan, which really pushed the story forward. And last, but certainly not least,
I am the powerful, the pleasurable, the indestructible Mushu.
In all seriousness though, Eddie Murphy playing Mushu was just literal perfection. I love Mushu as a character, and in this movie he's just so funny, and he's on a mission for himself, not for Mulan at first, and he just has that charm, that wit, and especially that humor. And with his interactions with the ancestors, who I thought were also hilarious as well, really added a good balance of lighthearted and hilarious comedy to this movie as well. So Mushu, a great supporting character in my honest opinion. Alright, moving on to Shan Yu, who is the main antagonist of this movie. As a kid, Shan Yu was a very interesting character in my honest opinion. A character who had this very dark, eerie ominous presence. And after rewatching this movie, yeah, this character is actually really, really interesting. I wish he hadn't have gone out the way he did. I thought the ending of the movie was actually kind of a little bit of a bore, and that's mainly because of the use of Shan Yu. No, they hype up him throughout the entirety of the movie, and they're building towards this really big climactic battle at the end that I kind of didn't get, unfortunately. But Shan Yu as a character, I really, really enjoyed. I really dug the way Disney designed him, and I especially love the way Disney wrote him as well. Is he a top 10 villain? Yes, but I wish he was used a little bit more than he was. And once again, I just absolutely love the animation style from the 90s, and this movie had that look, that signature 90s Disney look, and especially in this movie, you really got to see what they could do with like these very large and vast landscapes and all these different terrains, and I really dug the animation in this movie as well, along with all the rest of the movies from the 90s. So again, the 90s animation was just so good, and I will miss it a lot. The music in this movie was actually really good as well. I really did enjoy the orchestrated pieces. I really love how they threw in some of those Chinese instruments as well. And I really just thought the score was very, very soothing in a way. The songs were just great. From Honor to Us All to Reflection to I'll Make a Man Out of You. I just absolutely love those three songs a lot, and they really make the film what it is. And those three songs actually are the driving force behind the entire movie, in my honest opinion. So the music and the songs really play a big part in telling this movie's story, in my honest opinion. Overall, Mulan is a great, great film, and one that truly capped off the 90s renaissance for Disney. A story about a girl who just wants to do right by her family, which takes her on the adventure of her life. And it's very simple, but once again, yet so effective. And Disney was just so good at telling these kinds of stories throughout the 90s, which created so many fans and created so many vivid memories for so many. And once again, just a quick note, I will be pausing the Disney retro reviews for a while to review other movies on this channel. Yes, I'm sorry to all my Tarzan fans out there, but I'm just taking a break from the Disney retro reviews to deliver more movies to review on this channel. So it looks like that 96% of you are not subscribed to this channel yet. So if you want to see more forms of content like this, like Mulan, bring honor to us all, and hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button while you're at it. And like Mushu, ring the gong, aka the bell notification, so that you guys can get notified every single time I post a video. You can follow me on Letterboxd, which is right here. I post all my movie reviews on Letterboxd, as it helps me keep track of movies that I have watched, movies that I haven't watched, and movies that I will watch. And I think you guys would benefit greatly from this app and this website if you are indeed lovers of cinema like myself. As always, guys, happy movie watching. Take care.